Hi everyone, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Special thanks to all of my patrons. My name's Neil, and it's time for the next episode of University Challenge. Well, after 10 weeks of quarterfinals, we're finally here. We've made it to the semifinals. We're down to just 4 teams, and we're only 3 episodes away from declaring a champion for 2022. So I'm psyched. I feel like the best matches happen as the stakes become higher and higher and higher. How much higher can they get than a place in the finals? So that's what we're playing for today. I believe this match is between Emmanuel Cambridge and Imperial. Imperial has looked unstoppable so far in this tournament. I have to imagine that they're the favorite going into the semis, but we've said it before, I'll say it once again, anything can happen, and a lot of it comes down to luck. So, I'm ready if you are. For those of you playing along at home on Patreon, I've included the link below so you can see my full-length reaction. Otherwise, let's jump right into it. This is our first semi-final.
Now only the best 4 remain as we play the first of the semi-final matches. There are no more second chances, no bronze medals or third-place playoffs. Tonight's winners go through to the final.
Victoria Corin Mitchell would insist on a third-place match.
Now the team from Imperial College London are here, having beaten St John's College Cambridge.
Of course, he's got a map on his shirt.
King's College London and Reading University. Now the team from Emmanuel College Cambridge are here tonight despite 2 previous defeats. But they've earned their place in the semis thanks to victories against the Royal Northern College of Music, St Catherine's College Cambridge, St John's College Cambridge and King's College London.
Losing to Edinburgh there's no shame in that.
Fingers on the buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. In Book 6 of an epic poem, which eponymous hero journeys from Lake Avernus to the underworld with a Cumaean Sibyl as his
Emmanuel
Pericles.
Decius.
No, you lose 5 points.
Aeneas.
Aeneas is correct,
Okay.
yes. Which specific location in New York City is named in the title of a 1999 work by the US author and critic Samuel Delany, which critiques the politics of its transformation from a red light district
Hell's
to
Kitchen?
a tourist destination?
Broadway or something.
No, it's good.
Tourist.
It's Times Square.
Can't be Times
It's either
Square.
Times Square or Hell's
Broadway
Kitchen.
sounds good, though.
Times Square.
Broadway.
No, it is Times Square. Bad luck. Concluding in 2019, which television drama explored the sex industry operating out of Times Square in the 70s and 80s, with Maggie Gyllenhaal starring as a sex worker turned film director?
Oh.
Called Secretary, it's not that, but just say that so we can move on.
Secretary.
No, that's not
That's
it.
The Deuce. Which film of 1969 concerns the friendship between 2 hustlers in the Times Square area, played by Dustin Hoffman and John Voight?
Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah, that's the
Midnight Cowboy.
That's correct. By chance rather than etymology, what 4-letter affirmation appears at the end of words meaning a round structure at the base of the forebrain, an opening or orifice in a human bone, a male organ in flowering plants, and in Japan, Chinese-style wheat?
Emmanuel Malcolm.
Amen.
Amen is correct, yes.
Oh, clever.
In each case, name the play by Shakespeare that completes the title of the following. A 2003 paper by Louise Noble has the title, And Make 2 Pasties of Your Shameful Heads, Medicinal Cannibalism and Healing the Body Politic in what?
It's going to be Titus Andronicus.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
Secondly, a 1999 paper by G.A. Sullivan, Be This Sweet Helen's Knell and Now Forget Her, Forgetting Memory and Identity in which comedy?
Love's Labour's Lost.
Much Ado.
All's Well That Ends Well.
Much Ado About Nothing.
No, it's All's Well That Ends Well. And finally, a 1974 paper by Michael West, The Folk Background of Petruchio's Wooing Dance, Male Supremacy in which play?
Taming of the Shrew.
True, yeah.
Correct. Which 2 chemical elements are the principal constituents of the alloys austenite, martensite and pearlite?
Iron and carbon.
Iron and carbon is correct. Makedrally is a script used to write what language?
Georgian.
The most?
Georgian.
Georgian is correct. Carlon or round script is a syllabic alphabet used to write what Sino-Tibetan language? The official language of a Southeast Asian country. It has more than 30 million speakers.
Nepalese.
Burmese, I think.
Burmese is correct.
Well done.
The alphabet of what Indo-European language was, according to tradition, invented by St. Mesrop Mashtots in the early 5th century?
I'm going to say Armenian.
Armenian is correct. We're
Wow.
going to take a picture
Good
of
for
it.
them.
Your picture started. You will see an excerpt from Dante's Inferno. For 10 points, name the character addressed by the poet in these lines.
Not a clue. I don't know my Inferno
Emmanuel
well
Pillinger.
enough.
Beatrice.
That is correct. I want you to identify 3 more mythological figures from their descriptions in Dante's Inferno. Firstly, for 5.
Theseus.
No, that's Charon the ferryman. Secondly, I need the name of a group of figures here, which has been redacted.
Trey, something. Just
Song, blood.
Sanguine tint, blood-coloured.
Fates, Furies.
Feminine.
Could it be the Gorgons? The Gorgons, Seven Telly.
Okay.
Oh.
Gorgons.
No, it's the Furies. Finally, this creature.
Crete. The Minotaur.
Decreti.
Any idea?
From Crete. Oh, the Minotaur, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, the Minotaur.
Minotaur.
The Minotaur is correct. Well done. In Japan, what is the largest city of the Chugoku region? That
Kobe.
is the
Imperial
westernmost
Tsu.
part of Hong Kong.
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima is correct, yes. You get 3 questions on the British mathematician John Conway, who died in 2020. John Conway is perhaps best known for Conway's Game of Life, an example of what general kind of mathematical system known by the abbreviation CA?
Cellular automaton.
Yeah.
Correct. Conway was also a prolific and versatile mathematician in fields including algebra, geometric topology, and what specific field which studies turn-taking games with perfect information and is known by the abbreviation CGT?
Something game theory.
Combinatoric game theory.
It's combinatorial game theory, that's correct, yes.
Close
In
enough.
geometry, Conway developed Conway's criterion, which helps to identify whether certain shapes can be used for tiling the plane, the latter process being known by what 12-letter term?
Tessellation.
Tessellation.
Tessellation is correct. What given name links all of these post-1970 authors? Firstly, the Bradford-born playwright who wrote Rita, Sue and Bob Too. Secondly, the London-born author of Small Island and Fruit of the Lemon.
Imperial Sharif.
Levy.
No. And the US radical feminist whose works include Letters from a War Zone and Scapegoat.
Andrea.
Andrea is correct, yes. In The Pleasure of the Text, Roland Barthes describes 2 ways of enjoying reading. He calls the first plaisir, defining it broadly as comfort reading. What word does he use for the pleasure derived from more challenging texts?
A2D.
Oh, sorry.
Joie.
Jouissance.
I said she was... Oh,
Defined by Leopold Senghor as the sum total of the values of the civilization of the black world, what term was both name and slogan for an anti-assimilationist movement among black Francophone writers in the 1930s?
Negritude, is that a word?
Correct. What common French word did Jacques Derrida select to express the idea that the full meaning of any linguistic element is necessarily both relational and continuously deferred?
Pass.
It's différence. From the Latin meaning thin sheet, what 6-letter term can denote...
Lamina.
Lamina is correct. The SMC protein family consists of a number of ATPases involved in DNA packaging and repair. For what genetic entity does the C stand in SMC?
Chromosome.
Chromosome is correct. What name is given to the complexes that include the SMC2 and SMC4 proteins, along with varying Glycan and heat proteins? They play an integral role in the compaction of chromosomes in mitosis.
Mitotic spindle.
No, it's condensin. The SMC complex cohesin ensures the pairing of sister chromatids in mitosis. It is degraded by the APC at the onset of what phase of
I'm
mitosis?
lost in
during which chromatids
this level
segregate
of
into daughter
technical
cells.
discussion.
So that's
Telophase.
No, it's anaphase.
Oh, it was.
No.
Influenced by Impressionism, the Heidelberg School of Artists was active in what country from the 1880s? Its leading figures included Frederick McCubbin and Tom Roberts, painters respectively of The Pioneer and Shearing the Rams.
The USA.
No? Anyone want to buzz from
The
Imperial?
Heidelberg School makes me think Germany.
Canada.
No, it's Australia. A key enzyme of the vertebrate digestive system, which protease was first isolated by Wilhelm Kuhner in 1876, who gave it a name from the Greek for to rub. It's an essential reagent in cell culture. And for the...
Tribase?
No, you lose 5 points. It's an essential reagent in cell culture and for the digestion of proteins prior to mass spectrometry.
Trypsin.
Trypsin is correct. China in the 1930s. Used as a pretext for Japan to invade northeastern China, the Mukden, or Manchurian incident of 1931, took place at which present-day Chinese provincial capital?
Harbin.
So Shenyang.
Shenyang is correct. The Xi'an incident of 1936 saw the seizure of which nationalist leader by his own generals in an attempt to force him to make a united front with Mao's communists?
Chow and Lai?
Yeah.
Chiang Kai-shek.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Finally, an armed clash that escalated into the Sino-Japanese War, the Marco Polo Bridge incident of 1937, took place southwest of which major city?
I'm fairly sure it's just Beijing.
Okay, Beijing.
Beijing is correct. Your music started. Please name the composer.
Rachmaninoff.
No, you can...
Mahler?
Brahms?
No? That was Liszt, in fact. So, described as an anarchist masterpiece, An Inquiry Concerning Political Justice is a work of 1793 by which author? 4 years later, he married a prominent feminist author, and in 1880...
William Godwin?
William Godwin is correct, yes. Your bonuses are 3 more works inspired by The Wild Hunt, a night-riding pack of spectral hunters and hounds. First...
Is it Wagner?
Richard Strauss.
No, that was Carl Maria von Weber. Secondly, a symphonic poem.
Dvorak.
No, it's César Franck. And finally, from an early 20th century cantata.
Orff.
No, it's Schoenberg.
Oh,
10 points for this. Including a 4-0 win over Ethiopia in the inaugural tournament of 1957 and 3 consecutive titles this century, which team has been the most successful in football's Africa Cup of Nations?
Senegal.
Imperial Tsung.
Ivory Coast.
Cameroon?
No, it's Egypt. The River Waveney marks much of the boundary between which 2 English counties, meeting the North Sea not far from the easternmost point of Great Britain?
Norfolk, Suffolk.
Norfolk and Suffolk is correct. What specific 8-letter term denotes a Latin verb that is active in meaning but passive in appearance? That is, one whose principal parts are all passive.
Pass.
It's deponent. Involving a deponent Latin verb, what common 2-word Latin phrase means an abrupt change in topic or a response that does not follow from the previous statement?
Non sequitur.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Non sequitur.
Correct. Also involving a deponent Latin verb, what 2-word Latin phrase means a reminder of death or mortality?
Memento mori.
Yeah,
Memento mori, yeah.
Memento mori.
Memento mori is correct.
All right.
Described as the guiding genius behind the Soviet spaceflight program, which Ukrainian engineer gives his name to an ice-filled 80-kilometre crater in the northern polar region of Mars?
Not a clue. I feel like I should know, but...
Imperial Maize.
Chernikov.
No?
Dobzhansky?
That's Sergei Korolev.
Korolev. Okay.
Answer promptly. What is Albania if Serbia and Switzerland are both beryllium and Finland is helium in the context of the names of their capital cities?
Titanium.
Titanium.
Titanium is correct. Bonuses on Claudius Ptolemy's map of Ireland. Bovinda on Ptolemy's map is identified as what river that rises in County Kildare and meets the Irish
Shannon.
Sea near Drogheda?
Oh, so the Boyne.
The Boyne is correct.
Okay.
Loggia corresponds to the River Lagan that joins the sea at a loch named after which city?
Belfast.
Belfast is correct. Senos is thought to be what long river that flows into the Atlantic to the west of Limerick?
Must
Shannon.
be Shannon, right?
Yeah.
Shannon is correct. What name is given to the coating of basic cupric carbonate that forms a green deposit on copper on exposure to the
Imperial Maze.
Verdigris.
Verdigris is correct, yes. On the films of Wim Wenders. In each case, name the film from the description.
Oh boy.
Based on a novel by Peter Handke, a 1972 film, firstly, by Wim Wenders, has the English title, The Goalie's Anxiety at the what? The corresponding German word is Elfmeter.
Elfmeter.
Halftime.
Fairyland.
No, it's penalty or penalty kick. In 1978, Wenders went to Hollywood to direct a film tribute to which author, whose works include The Maltese Falcon and The Thin Man?
Who directed The Maltese Falcon? Oh, jeez.
Chandler.
Dashiell Hammett.
Dashiell Hammett wrote it. Okay.
Wenders gained international recognition for which 1984 road movie set in the US Southwest?
Oh no, this is the one I was expecting and I've seen the poster.
Angels.
It's Paris, Texas.
Oh no.
I wouldn't have had that.
For your picture starter, you'll see a photograph of a building. Name the London borough in which it's located.
Oh, come on.
As indicated on the
How
adjacent
am I supposed to
map.
know my London boroughs?
Southwark.
Southwark is correct, yes. A council estate designed by Kate McIntosh. Your bonuses are works by 3 more architects who've won this prize. This time, name the city in which each is located. First,
Could be anywhere, not
Rotterdam?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Amsterdam or something. Or
No, it's too hilly for Amsterdam or Rotterdam for that matter.
Amsterdam.
no,
Hamburg.
that was Lisbon. That's the
Lisbon.
Mart Museum building. Secondly,
I've never seen it.
Oh, I've seen this.
Seen this before,
Is that Brasilia?
it's not, it's Baku.
Azerbaijan. Okay.
Finally, this public space,
That might be
Is
in
that
New York.
Chicago?
Chicago?
no, it's New York City. It's
Yeah.
the High Line by Liz Diller. Who wrote the 1953 book Junkie under the pseudonym William Lee?
Burroughs.
A name he also used for a character in his later novel, The Naked Lunch.
Burroughs.
William S. Burroughs?
William S. Burroughs is correct. In each case, I simply want you to give me the term defined. All 3 begin with the same letter and end with the letters T-I-O-N. Firstly, a 9-letter term for the gathering of matter by an astronomical body precedes the word disk to describe the structures through which gas and dust fall into stars and black holes.
Accretion.
Correct? Secondly, a term for the wearing away of material from the surface of an object travelling at high speed through a planetary atmosphere.
Ablation.
It differs by only 1 vowel from a word meaning washing.
Ablation.
Ablation is correct. Finally, transport by bulk motion, usually used to transport perpendicular to the direction of gravity.
Convection, I think.
No, but it starts with A.
Begins with E.
Remember?
A fusion.
No, it's advection.
Advection.
Trees of what genus of the willow family include the aspen, the white, grey, and Lombardy, distinguished by its upright, columnar shape? So, Emmanuel, we shall have to say goodbye to you, I'm afraid. You've had a good run for your money, though. And Imperial College, we look forward to seeing you in the final. Congratulations. And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Emmanuel started out really strong. They actually had a lead there for a little bit, and then it feels like they stalled and Imperial just nailed every starter and ran away with it. It wasn't an especially high-scoring match, and it felt like it went really quickly. I felt like there would have been another 10 minutes in the match when the gong sounded, but I don't think anyone's particularly surprised that Imperial has won and gone on to the final. They've been very strong throughout the entire tournament. Congrats to Emmanuel. I mean, like Jeremy Paxman said in the intro, they lost twice but still made it as far as a semifinal. So really impressive work on their part to get this far. And they proved their worth, but Imperial's going to be a very tough team to beat. So we have one more semi-final to find out who gets the good/bad luck of meeting Imperial in the final, and then the final's there waiting for us, guys. So I hope you'll follow me along for those, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. And next week we'll get semifinal number 2. So until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.